You are logging into my team today. This is what matters. We have new challenges, season 4 leaks, but even more importantly, it's the end of season 3. We are officially on a 1 day and 20-hour countdown. Let's dive right into it. Take care of your dailies. Do this every day. Free 5,000 MT. Same thing with the exhibitions. Pop on in here. I'll take care of them. At least one of them right now on camera with y'all. But get these done, free rewards. I'll make sure to get back and take care of those. For season 3, nothing new in this tab. We kind of expected it at this point. Sneak out any last challenges you can. I got a few triple threat games, but I'm not really pushing for that diamond pack. I would love another Hall of Fame, but I'm not going to quite do 30 clutch time games for it. But some of you guys are grinding. We had people in the chat saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to lock in for the next day. I got about 100 clutch time games. They said they're going to get it done, so it's that same mindset. Just prioritize your time, see what you can get done with the time we have left. Spotlights will be live for the end of the season. This is technically the season timer, so 1 day, 22 hours as of this video. Knock any of these out you can. Definitely prioritize this Jumpstart Hall of Fame challenge. You can get a free Hall of Fame badge. Jumpstart cards are really cheap now, so if you waited like I recommended, they're down to like 3-4K for some of those amethysts. You're in a great spot. No new weekly challenges, but you have a little extra time on this Tyrese. Still recommend getting him. He's a decent point guard, so depending where your lineup is, lock him in. This Kenny and Shaq duo definitely they're getting rare. There is no Shaqs on the market. The Kenny is fluctuating from like 20 to 40K. So that's a 40K Kenny and like 100K Shaq. When that Shaq does go on the market, he goes for 100K. Yes, they're untradeable, but still, to buy this duo, you'd be looking at 150,000 MT. You got 22 hours to lock it in. Go ahead and do that. This does end before the end of the season, and I don't see them giving us anything new here tomorrow, so it won't be till season 4 that we see new weekly challenges. One last day or a day and a half to figure this thing out. Go ahead and get this Hall of Fame badge if you can. And the Winter Festival, they did give us a new challenge. It is very easy, and it is for a diamond. So if you were hoping for a pink diamond, maybe tomorrow, but it kind of seems like they're just going to do diamonds for the rest of it. Just score some points with Anthony Edwards. Looks like he needs to make some threes. Can be done in breakout. In fact, it has to be done in breakout. It's multiple breakout games, so it should be pretty easy there. 40 assists, rebounds, and steals, so you're going to have to make threes and get assists. Might take a few games, but definitely worth it. Easy diamond, piece, and really whatever you're grinding for, an extra diamond piece should help. This would be one I would prioritize over like a diamond for a spotlight, and hopefully you've locked in all those pink diamond challenges and the Galaxy Opal one. With that, we have the season really winding down now, so I got my exchange piece and all-star team up. I was able to get to 90 wins last night in Triple Threat Park. Shout out Maraf. We got to play with another viewer. That was a ton of fun. We had a really good run. I'm not trying to run back in there. Is it weird every time you come in this court, they kind of automatically turn you around? Has anybody else just ran through that door like 3 times? But you can see we had a nice little streak last night. I got up to 94 wins. I'm not chasing 100 wins for that diamond pack, so I'm pretty happy where I'm at Park. You know, if I end up playing for fun, that's cool. But do the same thing. Just be aware of how many wins you have in each mode. What is the ultimate reward you're going for? If it's at a badge at 90 wins or a certain, reward at 100 wins, whatever it might be, you got a day and 20 hours to lock it in. Salary cap, nothing new on that. They did give us that challenge. Of course, I'm getting more and more excited about it. Now here's my lineup. I think it's even getting better and better. We added Michael Carter Williams to it. I really want to try out this Carrington card. I've heard great things about him as a budget beast. And this Hazonia card apparently is really good. I got him untradeable a while ago. Looking at his stats, I'm starting to see why. And this is one of the reasons I love salary cap. It really lets you use like good meta cards that just aren't quite like tier 1 meta cards. Like Hazonia is not going to start in King of the Court for me. But this is a really good amethyst. So this mode lets me use cards like him and Hachimura. So I'm hoping salary cap is going to be good next season. I got some budget beasts. This Ruby Paul George is super good. We'll see if we're able to play a little more salary cap depending on the rewards. But on a day like today, you might as well have some fun and either build out some new lineups. If you are grinding for a piece, then yes, stay focused. But if you're, kind of chilling, then think of some fun ways just to stay engaged over the next day or two. For me, it's building out lineups, and something I want to talk about, and we've talked about it a little bit, but I'm doing a lot of these training challenges for those cards that I'm thinking about doing salary cap with. Most of my main lineup is pretty much completely badged out, but I have so many good, amethysts and diamonds that need some badges. So just making it kind of fun. I'm just coming through here. Like if there's a certain card I want to give Brick Wall to, maybe that Hazonia card, I haven't put any badges on him. He could probably use Brick Wall. So I'll do fun challenges, and now I need to get an offensive rebound with him. Cool. So as I'm grinding breakout or whatever, I'm going to slowly be adding badges to my players, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You can see, my salary cap lineup, this card here I'm really excited about, but he needs a ton of badges. He comes with no shooting badges, so I already got him Deadeye. I'll probably upgrade that challenger. Most of these I can do in coaching challenges. Some I'll have to buy a badge or maybe just wait, but I'm going to get as much out of it as I can. And if you're curious about what badges you can get, come over here and play around in coach points. I'll link a video in the description. I'm always happy to share videos that do deep dives. Coach points is a little confusing, but once you get it, it's really simple. You got to use the points to unlock different levels, and then once you unlock levels, you can start doing challenges that reward that badge. And if someone has no badge, you still have to do the bronze challenge, then the silver challenge, then the gold. But if someone already has silver, you can just upgrade it to gold right away, and you can get up to Hall of Fame. I did not know that they were going to do Hall of Fame badges in this. Totally changes the game. So, Hall of Fame Mini Marksman, you can't buy that. That's a really, really good badge. I already added that to Ray Allen. This is one of those badges I need on my main lineup, but a lot of these badges will just be kind of for fun for some cards I'm just trying to upgrade. So a good thing to do, end of season, you have a little extra time. Little things like this, either upgrade your players with badges, really work your collection and look to clear it out, or just build some fun lineups and try out some new modes. This is kind of a cool couple days because season 4 is Friday. It's probably going to be a really busy weekend with a lot to grind for. So it'll be good just to kind of take care of the little things today. And let's dive over to the exchange because we have a very limited amount of time. Yes, the timers say 4 days, but the pieces will stop coming our way on Friday, 10 a.m. Central. So you're grinding all day Thursday. You can keep getting pieces, keep lining up your shots. We had a really successful day yesterday, just grinding and winning in park, plus doing challenges. I am up to 5 Galaxy Opal pieces. So I'm pretty much deciding between Mobley and Barnes. I'll make my decision last minute tomorrow, probably. Maybe gonna get this Grant duo. I could even wait for Friday because these exchanges will be here and I already have the pieces. I could technically wait to Friday and see if salary cap is super rewarding, but I don't know. I'm leaning towards Mobley just having that big, dominant big. And Scotty is great too. I just have a lot of people at that position, so we'll see. But yes, you have about a day and 20 hours to get more pieces, and then 4 days and 20 hours to spend those pieces. And I really recommend you pick up the amethysts. I'll grab this Isaiah Joe too before it's all said and done. That Asa Newell is a great card, so that amethyst I definitely recommend. Of course, the Koulibaly in Chimera. And drop a chat down below. We had a viewer last night just kind of confused on the Winter Festival, and it makes sense. I really do understand these menus are not that simple. And for us, my team heads who have been playing for years, it seems so simple, but yeah, get comfortable coming through the menus, like click on all these tabs. Some of them don't mean a ton, but you might learn something new every day by just playing around. And I know I am. Like I've played this game for years, but I'm still learning stuff. And they do, change stuff. Like this coaching is brand new this year, so that's kind of confusing for some people, even returning players. But use this channel as a learning opportunity. So if it's something that you're confused on, drop a comment. If I can't answer it, somebody will, and we'll get to the bottom of whatever's kind of causing frustration. Because I'm playing in the park a lot. Like that's been kind of my casual mode lately, is just hopping in the park and either playing with viewers or just meeting people. It's a lot of fun for me. And I'm still seeing like half the games I'm playing, someone's using free agent Luca, free agent AI. And I'm usually on the mic like, yo, what's up, homie? Are you new to the game? Trying to understand. And usually it's just that, someone brand new to the game. They're like, oh, I'm using Allen Iverson. He's good, right? And it's like, I'm sorry, but no, that is a horrible card right now. Any free agent card is just simply outmatched. And there's some amazing free cards in the festival. And it's kind of a limited time. We don't know if a new festival is coming at the beginning of season 4. So definitely take advantage of at least getting these budget beasts. And then you can hop in the park and have a lot of success and not be a liability out there with the free agent card. But W Festival, my team has gotten so much better, having a lot of fun just, picking out things. I do like that Ray. I know some people liked him, some people didn't. I really like that Ray. He fits my play style quite well. So I've had a lot of fun with this festival. And let's dive over to the auction house. I'm selling pretty much as I can at this point, still bidding, always bidding. But trying to clean out most of my sellable items, really besides these wild gems because they're just so low. But yes, I have a bunch of Cockrunners I'm kind of being stingy on. I still think this card will get closer to 7 to 10K, so I'm selling him around there. He went down just a smidge because of super packs, but I think he will bump back up early season 4. So, amethysts have been really good for this channel. I know a lot of you guys are making money on amethysts, and I'm starting to make money on these wild gem raptors. Again, shout out Maroth. Come in here, they're all selling for like at least 8K. And if you do the bid method just by filtering wild gem raptors and do it for any team that has an exchange form. And so this Raptors team goes into that Brandon Ingram, and everyone still really wants that Brandon Ingram. So at least for the next couple days, that could be a good money maker. The only thing to consider is, they did remove those season 1 wild gems. I think they did that at the beginning of season 3. I'm not sure exactly when, but there's no timer on these guys. So as long as there's no timer, almost all these cards are still elite as far as the pink diamonds. I would say not many people are running Pow, but he is pretty good. This is an elite card. Like, this is still an elite shooting guard. This is an elite small forward. This is an elite point guard. People want this Jokic card. Personally, I don't think he's a tier 1 point guard. He's probably not a tier 1 center either, but still a really fun card. So yeah, between these three, the market is still there. So, certain wild gems, these ones are more player specific, but even just the Sapphire should hold a little value. But specifically this Brandon Ingram one, it's team associated. So Lakers, Raptors, and I think it's one other team, they're really holding their value for that specific reason, and Pelicans. So use the bid method. That's a great way just to make some easy MT. I made like 10K MT in literally 3 minutes last night just from 2 quick bids. And I already won both these. Let's see what I got. I had to pay a little bit more for these guys. I got them at 5 respectively, so they'll both sell for 8. So a couple thousand MT just to make some quick work there. And you can see we have a couple other bids, which can go right into our next strategy, which we talk about a lot. But that's just having your cards that you are comfortable with. And this Buzelis is way up, a good example. I mean, a card can fluctuate. I was buying these in the 30s at one point, was a bit more on the day trade, but sometimes you can just hold on to a card for a week or two and just see if the market will go up. Of course, it's a bit of a risk. Might be a little safer to do it just day of, but for these meta cards that people want, I mean, he's a 6'10 small forward. He plays good defense. He's great on offense. They're just, there's not that many cards that fit that mold under 100K. So that's why a card like this can just bounce right back up. Bailey's done some similar things, but he's still a little lower, but this could be one of those cards. There's really no reason he might not bounce up, a little bit, but I still think he's around 45, 50, bidding a little lower than that. You're going to be really, really safe. But today I do want to talk about this Jumpstart set. And we can start at the top. People really like this Chris Paul. His price is kind of stabilized. Most of these cards' prices are going to be kind of at their resting place. And then we'll see what happens to them when they go out of packs. But Chris Paul's pretty good. I'm not, too into the WNBA players, but she could be a snipe. I mean, just like we were sniping Pink Diamond WNBA players, we could probably take that same strategy to Galaxy Opal WNBA players a little bit later once they're on buy now. Right now, Galaxy Opals are still just a little too expensive. I'm big on this Larry Bird card, may even purchase one in the future. His price has just been trickling down. He's kind of finishing closer to 3-4, and the badged up ones are like 6-7. So we'll see when we maybe make a purchase like that, but I do think this is an elite small forward. And Chet's one of the best cards in the game. I mean, definitely one of the best bigs. He's going for millions and millions of MT. Probably out of reach for most people for a while. And even me, I'm not going to invest that much MT in one Galaxy Opal at this stage in the game. But a great card, and if you can get your hands on him, more power to you. But some of the cards I want to highlight, most of the Pink Diamonds are pretty good. They're mostly on bid for the most part. Jared Wallace, his price should be getting at kind of a resting place, kind of down towards 60, which we anticipated. Grab him in the 50s on bid. You could probably flip pretty quick. So I'm just looking in here for good deals like this. Probably bid a little less than 60 for sure. Give myself plenty of room for profit. So I would say go ahead with these jump starts where their price should be stabilized. We only have a couple days left. And some of these guys may go up once they're out of packs, specifically a few cards. I'm eyeing this Nas Reed. People are high on him. He's making all the diamond tier lists, that are out there. So I recommend taking a look, and he's been stable around 25 for a while now. Even these 28, 29s are probably selling. I think the 30s are probably going to end up sitting and not selling. But what I would do is anything in the teens for this card, 15 to 20, I definitely think you can make profit. And I do also think there's a chance this card goes up and does some similar activity like Buzelas and Ace Bailey. So you are very safe getting this card 17 to 22, and you could probably flip same day for 28, or even think about holding. I could see this card sneaking up to like 35 once he's out of packs. And going down a tier, this Luke Garza, I don't think he's quite on Cockbrenner level. I need to use him a bit more, but very much investment potential similar to a Cockbrenner. Scoop this guy up in between 3 to 4K. I'll make a 4K bid just seeing if I can get a little money back after I win it. But there's no reason this Garza card shouldn't sneak up to 5, 6K once he's out of packs. People really like his jump shot. His stats are, pretty good. He's 6'10", so a little smaller than Cockbrenner, but he can shoot the three, decent driving dunk, much better ball handle than Cockbrenner, and that is important, especially in like park and stuff. Cockbrenner's just going to get picked where this guy's not. Much better perimeter defense than Cockbrenner. Other than that, Cockbrenner, has him on speed and size. So I do think Cockbrenner's a slightly better overall card. But this card has a lot of badges. What does he come with? 22? Or 20. That's a lot for an Amethyst. Plus he has 4 badge slots. So pretty good card. I grabbed one just to hold. I do think this is another good investment, especially once he's out of pack. So 3 to 4,000 on the Garza. And same thing with this Hendricks card. I would say of these Amethysts, these are probably the 2 most meta. We could check out that Jarris Walker, but same price range, 3 to 4K on this Taylor Hendricks, and you're going to be in a good spot. You can see buy nows are already down to like 5. So you might even be able to sneak a few on buy now in, 3 to 4K range and just hold them for a week or two, and they should go up, relatively soon. And these won't be in season 4 super packs. So they might, hold their value through season 4. We're getting them at such a good price. Good Amethyst easily can be 10 to 15K. There's plenty of Amethysts right now that are 10 to 15K. And with salary cap and other modes, certain Amethysts absolutely hold that value throughout the year. Let's take a quick look at Jarris Walker just to see if he's 6'7" at the small forward. Can definitely shoot, nice driving dunk. What's his defense? Kind of mid defense. This could be a semi-solid card. How many badges does he come with? Oh, I don't have one, so I can't see exactly how many. Let's just take a look. Decent amount of badges, some pretty good ones. So this is another decent Amethyst. I would say maybe a little lower. You can see some of these prices for him are already a little lower. So I'm not going to chase too many Jarris Walkers. I think there's more room on the other Amethyst. His price is already a bit lower than those. So I would say highlight Garza and Taylor Hendricks. I'll be grabbing a few of these, and then this Nas, and then of course these pink diamonds. There's always a little room on pink diamonds. It's just really important you get the right price. So understand their floor. Like for Monte Ellis, who was a great player. I don't know if we have anybody who used to watch him live. He was a lot of fun to watch. I think he played like 1 or 2 years with really young Steph. So kind of an OG legend of the game. I wouldn't say he's a legend, but really cool card. And this card's actually a lot of fun. I would be super tempted to try this. 6'3", a little smaller. But look at that driving dunk. You know how I feel about driving dunk on point guards. I like it. 97 ball handle, 95 pass accuracy, 94 steal. This is a really good card, just a little small. Strength could be, that's kind of high though for a point guard. There's some really low strength cards. So 98 agility. This is a pretty good card. I would keep an eye out for badged up Monte Ellis's on buyout. So you can see the base is 17 golds, 9 Hall of Fames. If you see a decent buyout with some extra badges, snag him up or just look to get him. It looks like low 50s, high 40s. Like 58's not selling, so you're really going to want to be in the 40s. So right now, nothing that we could really bid on, but maybe this 40, but not a ton of room. But just another card to keep an eye on, and you can do that with any of these pink diamonds. And of course, do that with these past sets of cards that you know can flip. Just make sure we understand their prices. Dinwiddie has been great for me. I've been doing a lot of quick flips on him. See his price is around 40. I'm gonna come in here and just bid a cheeky 29 to 32 and see if we can win it from there. Have fun in the auction house. As we know, there's just a ton of different ways to make money in it, or MT, I should say. Badge grind can be really profitable. I might be selling a few badges if I can muster up some room in my auctions, but just stay after it and do as much as you can. In my opinion, when you hop on the game, it can be just as valuable to spend 30 minutes in the auction house as it could be spending 30 minutes playing Breakout or Showdown. But it's up to you what's fun. You can have success in any strategy you put. Just try to be a bit strategic on what resources you're getting out of it. If you're going to grind Showdown, make sure you're getting, at least up to 20 wins or something, or just make sure you're aware of any other challenge or grind that you can get done while you're doing it, or knock out your offline challenges and then prioritize a little bit of time for Showdown. But there's a lot of different ways, especially here at the end of the season where we have kind of a little bit of a lull just for a few days, to move and groove and improve your account. With that, have fun for the rest of the season. Knock out your dailies, knock out as many challenges as you can. Drop down below what you thought was really good about this season or what you'd like to see in season 4. It's right around the corner. Oh, that makes I'm glad we brought that up. We do have some season 4 spoilers. I should have brought it up earlier, but let's take a look. Let's dive in here. This was released by the official 2K MyTEAM Twitter, or X, if you will. So you can see we do have some interesting challenges. Level 40 Dark Matter is going to be Dark Matter Russell Westbrook. Should be a really good card. Should be point guard eligible. Should have like 99 driving dunk. Probably a ton of badges. So if you're sitting on a point guard, look, I don't recommend buying all the levels. So it's going to take you at least a couple weeks to get to Russell. So you don't necessarily need to sell point guards. That said, I wouldn't be surprised if certain point guards take a little dip today in the auction house just because, it's been leaked that a Dark Matter Russell Westbrook's coming. But we'll have to dive into more. At first glance, it looks fine. We'll have to see what the specific mode rewards are. The reward cards from the levels usually aren't super meta. Like Alonzo Mourning was actually pretty good, but Dark Matter Angel Reese, that's fun. It's great for the fans. Like, I'm excited. We'll have to see what position. If they make her shooting guard eligible, she might actually be, kind of usable, or maybe she'll be good in park. I'm curious how they handle dunking for WNBA players. Like, Angel Reese isn't really getting on the rim, but will they start giving WNBA players kind of an unrealistic ability to dunk? Could be fun, but kind of a slippery slope. We'll have to see how they navigate that. That Dark Matter card will be a really good telltale for that. Level 30 Bradley Beal, that'll be a great card just to build out a lineup and, for offline grinding, new people to the game, that's going to be huge. And giving out a Galaxy Opal Tyronn Lue coach card, that's great just because you need multiple coaches for those badges. So I'll have to see what stats, and if you didn't get the Don Nelson, that's going to help a lot of people. DeAndre Jordan, he's not going to be able to shoot, but it'll be a good defensive card. Free pink diamond. Thabo Sefolosha is usually a really good card. Hopefully he's shooting guard eligible. He'll be diamond. Probably not going to be super good on offense, but definitely a good lock. And then an Evo for level 1, which could be kind of fun. It's Tyrese Maxey, probably point guard eligible. Again, for new accounts, it'll be a good card just to help grind. So for me, I'm thinking cool. Like not enough information to make a grand statement. But either way, I'm always excited for a new season. Let's let 2K do what they do. They've been doing this long enough, so I'm definitely coming in open-minded and overall excited. Hey, Dark Matter Russ, welcome, dude. I'm excited for Dark Matter Russ. We'll have more content on the season as it comes. We'll dive into the Pro Pass and see if it's actually worth it and do all that kind of stuff. So just tap in. I appreciate the support. We're chasing 200 subscribers, which is wild to say. I feel like we were just chasing 100 subscribers. So we're chasing 200. We're getting really close. And again, guys, I really appreciate the support and positivity. I feel it every time I go live, and I feel it in the comments. So appreciate all that. I hope everyone's having a great day. Much love and peace.